Good morning, St. Andrews College. I'm Shayan Naqvi.
And I'm Oliver Ingram, and this is SAC Today.
Last weekend, St. Andrews hosted the 39th annual McPherson tournament. Mr. Bedard, Coach Manning, and all the faculty and staff involved put on a spectacular weekend. The festivities kicked off with a big Friday night game between the #1 ranked Canadian team, Your First Hockey Saints, versus the #1 ranked US team, Shattuck St. Mary's. The Saints didn't disappoint with a dramatic shootout victory in front of a packed house. Mr. Norm Fenning and our own Lachlan McTagg have the call.
Now here comes Atwill. Moving in slow. Scores!
He scores.
Yes, sir. Alex Atwill, low glove on Mariano Ramirez. And he gets the crowd fired up, giving the people what they want.
If he scores, we keep going. If he doesn't, we're going home. And he saves it!
Yes! Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, St. Andrews College. It's a 3-2 shootout victory. Wow!
Well, can you have a more entertaining game than that?
The finals brought a rematch of these two juggernaut teams, with Shattuck St. Mary's eventually taking this year's championship and your Saints earning the silver medal. Next up, catch the CISA finals here at St. Andrews LeBrier Family Arena on the last weekend of February. If you can't make it in person, check out the SAC Today live broadcast. Right after the McPherson finals, many of us headed home to catch the Super Bowl. I checked in with some knowledgeable fans prior to the game to get their predictions. Let's see how they did.
I would say the Chiefs are going to take it. I think Mahomes is going to play a great game, and Tyree Hill is going to dominate out there.
Great prediction.
I think the 49ers because they are the way better team, and I like numbers.
Chiefs, not even a question.
Yes, sir. Who do you think is going to win the Super Bowl?
Niners.
Okay.
49ers because Kittle's an animal. Kansas City Chiefs because
Mahomes is the best.
Thank you. Pete, Billy, who do you think is going to win the Super Bowl?
I think it's going to be the Chiefs because San Francisco always chokes.
Okay.
I think it's going to be the 49ers because Patrick Mahomes is trash.
Get out of here.
Well, I want Kansas to win. I think Mahomes deserves a ring after the year he's had. But honestly, I don't think they're stopping San Fran. They're quite good. I'm sorry. Nick Bosa, it's hard to stop him. Sorry. Hey, go Kansas City though. Go Seahawks.
Who do you guys think is going to win the Super Bowl?
Chiefs.
Chiefs.
not the Chiefs.
49ers.
I don't know. I watched every game and I think the Patriots.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Here to hear first. Patriots are winning the Super Bowl. Another highlight from January was the semi-formal dance, organized by our very own prefects. Nolan Rush checked in with them during the set. Nolan?
Semi-setup is underway, so I thought I'd go around and ask the prefects about the process.
Setting up semi was a lot of fun. Each of us had our own strengths. You know, some of us were able to lift things a little higher. Some of us had cars, we could go pick stuff up. But all in all, we all came together as a team and created a really great final product.
Semi setup was actually a lot of fun. Although it was a lot of work, it was fun spending the time with the guys at the prefects. I think that was a really good event.
Being on the decorations committee, we were able to see everything come into fruition. So it was really cool to see, like pieces of a puzzle just coming together.
We were here for literally basically 2 days straight, Friday, Saturday, setting up everything, buying everything. It was pretty hectic, but it was fun though. It's a good learning experience too, to learn how to like actually run events and stuff.
Literally like most days at lunch, like weeks leading up to semi, like 4 or 5 days a week, we just go, we sit down, we eat, we talk about what needs improvement, what we want to do, what our goals and aspirations are for the given event. With that, hopefully we can garner success for more events in the future.
Overall, it was pretty fun setting up semi because I think we got to mess around quite a bit while doing it, as well as, I mean, just setting up the event for the school. is just fun, knowing that everyone's going to have a blast.
Dutch and I spent a lot of time setting up the furniture, the graffiti art you'll see around Semi, and a lot of the pipes and drapes as well, which I think results in a great atmosphere that people are really going to enjoy when the night comes.
So we divided our guys up into different sections so that we could divide and conquer. Totally a team effort, because now everything's falling into place, everything's coming together, and it's going to be great.
A lot of us take for granted the amount of work that goes into preparing events like Semi. So if you see a prefect walking around the halls, I encourage you to thank them. From SAC Today, I'm Nolan Rush.
We are not beautiful.
And speaking of prefects, I'm joined by our head prefect, Bryce Neil. Welcome, Bryce.
Thank you for having me, Shayan.
So my first question is, what do you aim to celebrate and accomplish during this Black History Month in relation to social justice?
Last year with social justice, our big thing was we did a video call with old boy Chris Eggy, and it was cool because you could really juxtapose his situation of being a SAC student and his experiences at SAC and in the broader community. But then this year, we've gone a couple generations back with Andrews and with Mr. Richards. He was a student some 60-odd years ago. So it's cool to really see his experience at SAC and how the things that he dealt with, and you can compare that to the experience of students today. And you could see that the progress that we've made, and you could celebrate that progress, and that's what it's all about.
What do you think, just over the course of your SAC career, are some challenges that you faced, or racial or otherwise, or assumptions that you've had to face, and how did you overcome them?
You know, I gotta say, SAC's it's a really good community. Just overall, you know, everyone's super kind and inclusive. But there has been a few things over the years. None of them are people's faults per se, but I guess one of them was just an experience that I had. In a lot of my classes, I'm the only Black student, but it just hit harder for some reason. It was the first day of this course, and then I would just walk into the class, and it was just me and this one other kid. And sometimes, these thoughts cross your mind, and you start to question if you belong. And that's just a tough thing, because then you just don't know if that's the place for you and that's the environment for you. And that's not saying, and no one did anything wrong, but these are the things that cross your mind in addition to your studies. So it's challenging in that regard. One observation that I've noticed over my years is that I've never had a Black teacher at SAC. In my 8 years, I haven't seen a Black teacher at SAC. And that's not to begrudge any other teacher, because I still have amazing conversations with them, and they were really supportive of me. But it's just tough in that regard, because sometimes you just need that outlet of a Black teacher and someone who you can relate to on that level, but that's not really present at SAC at the current time.
Do you think there's any experiences or challenges that you have as one of the very few people of color to be head prefect, and perhaps the first Black head prefect? And do you think there are any unique challenges associated with that?
Again, it's a lot about perception and how I feel that people perceive me. Just in everyday life, when you walk around, I always think about how my interactions with my peers, my interactions with my teachers, and I think if someone says something to me, how would they say that to Willem? Or how would they say that to Will McHenry? Or how would they say that to Luca? How would they say that to all those other guys? And I often try to compare. Comparison's a tough thing, but I compare my situation with that of the past head prefects. And for the most part, it's been pretty good. But there are a couple situations where people are a little more aggressive with me, I find, just in the way that they approach me and they talk to me. And I just find that interesting, because I feel like I've garnered enough respect to be treated kindly, and I treat everyone else kindly in the community. But these are really rare occurrences. Overall, SAC's just an amazing place, and it's just important. I just want to really note that these are some things that occur every now and then, but it's not something that's on the regular. But it's important to note and important to acknowledge, because it affects my interactions at school, how I perceive myself at school, how other Black students perceive themselves, and it impacts you. It sticks with you, right? And in everything that you do.
What's one piece of advice that you would have for the students of St. Andrews College?
Bring your full self to school. No matter what anyone thinks of you, you just have to always be present. You have to just do what you think is right in that moment, and just come to school. Don't be afraid of how people will perceive you for however you are, however you act, your culture, black, whatever you are. And I feel like that's something that's a message that is applicable to the entire school community. Just bring yourself to school, be confident, and just go and be you and do your thing.
Right. Thanks so much, Bryce.
Thanks, Shayan. Thank you.
For SAC Today, I'm Shayan Naqvi.
And I'm Oliver Ingram. Thanks for watching.